Return to Bloody Nights is a fan game I've spent quite a lot of time thinking about, so much so that I decided to make 2 videos on it beforehand. With all this thinking, I've managed to uncover what I think are some nice hidden details. Before getting into these details, I should probably clue you in on basic FNAF lore surrounding this game. If you don't care for this or already know it, go ahead and skip to whatever remark is on the screen right now. Anyway, let's drop right in. So the location this game takes place in is the original location of the Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria franchise. The founders, William Afton and his buddy Henry Emily, started the restaurant in an attempt to mimic a bear show William saw as a kid. They couldn't get the actual animals, so they settled on a bear animatronic that Henry was in charge of designing, at least the animatronic components. William believed that the bear was not enough, so he made a yellow bunny to pair up with the yellow bear. Once everything was fine and stable, a malfunction in the spring lock system for the bear animatronic caused...
Was that the bite of 87?
And killed William's son. This started William's killing spree, and he used his yellow bunny suit to lure kids out of sight and kill them. One of the victims is Henry's daughter, and the rest I'll get into later. If I showed you these characters, you'd probably recognize 2 while questioning who the 2.0 variations are supposed to be. Well, to be honest, I had no clue on my first playthrough, so I'll give you the information I was provided. So apparently these 2 were designed to interact with the children more. Fredbear 2.0 is designed to talk to the children, and Spring Bunny 2.0 is designed to play a game with the children, specifically hide and seek. If you're attentive or know the FNAF lore, you'll figure out that a game of hide and seek can definitely be a way to lure a child into a dark place with very little people in it. It's worth noting that in FNAF Help Wanted, Dreadbear DLC, Afton's bunny suit has a vest, which is weird, as in his FNAF 3 appearance, he did not. And he even has a more animatronic feel to it, so it's nice they tried to explain this by adding another character. All animatronics have a knock on your door to signify they've left. Most animatronics have a single knock. Not him, he has a frantic knock at your door. Typically, frantic and repetitive knocking signifies aggression or desperation, which is fitting for a man like William Afton. As for Fredbear 2.0, the reason I believe his main mechanic is talking is as he resembles FNAF 1's Golden Freddy, a secret character that can occasionally be heard speaking. The only animatronic to actually speak in the core 4 FNAF games. The core 4 FNAF games. That is a tongue twister and a half. Other than that, I suppose his appearance can explain why Fredbear and Golden Freddy look significantly different in canon gameplay. So far, this game has done a wonderful job at answering questions I had for a very long time. Also, can I quickly butt in and talk about this game's wiki page? I mean, who designed this? And who would ever use this picture in any other media? I found recently, The Return to Bloody Nights is an amazing FNAF fan game that is surprisingly undocumented. Oh. Anyway, this game has 4 endings to my knowledge. The first one tackles William's thought process behind starting sister location. And the second one? Well, I'll let you watch it first. If I didn't make it obvious enough with the clips, the girl speaking is Henry's daughter, aka the marionette. The one who guided the children who were killed in the main 4 animatronics that appear in FNAF 1 and the withered ones in FNAF 2. Fun fact, the killer song in the background is called Alchemist Fantasy. The reason behind the name is that the alchemists would dream of capturing the essence of life, much like how the puppet managed to capture Henry's daughter's soul. But wait, I said the main 4 animatronics, but there's 5 other children. Who's the 5th? Honestly, I don't really know, but I'd have to guess it's Golden Freddy. But it could be something else. The 2 other endings I played in my part 2, but I'll be playing it again later, so stay tuned. Before getting into the ending, I'd like to go over the voice acting.
Hey, Henry. William, it's good to hear your voice again. How have you been? It's been a bit stressful, to be honest, but just busy with the new animatronic project. It's going really well, and I'm excited to finally open up my own restaurant.
The 2 speaking are Henry and William. If you're familiar with Henry's speech from FNAF 6 or Pizza Sim, you'll notice a difference.
My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours. And then, what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest, for you, and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.
Although this could simply be chalked up to they just couldn't find a similar enough voice actor, I'd like to believe his voice sounds much more chipperish, as when learning his friend and coworker killed his daughter, it caused him to spiral, and upon dedicating his life to stealing off his friend from haunting the pizzeria franchise, it caused great stress and it aged him greatly, and his voice rapidly matured. However, for William, his change is unclear to me, other than the bad guy usually being British. Maybe the fact that the wiki describes the vest as being British-style tweed vest would play some impact, like if he designed it after something he had as a kid. I'll be honest, I lied. I'm not going to show you the ending, but I will show you one last thing. The Return to Bloody Nights is a remake of an older game, Bloody Nights at Freddy's, and in the director's cut version, the developer shares his thoughts on the game. I'll let you listen. Have fun. So I realize this call lasts 5 minutes, so I'll be recapping. The developer's note was delivered in the style of a regular FNAF call. However, you are met with a voice actress explaining that she will be reading a script written by the developer. In this call, he explains that this game was meant to resemble something that could actually be in the FNAF game franchise, and that unfortunately, as the game progressed, him and his team broke up. Initially, he was mad at them, but as time went on, he believed that he was also to blame. He mentions they weren't ready for a project this big, but he hopes to be able to revisit it someday and finish it. After all, Bloody Nights at Freddy's was never a finished project, and only got released as a demo. And that leads us here, to the release of the Return to Bloody Nights. I believe this title to be an homage to the developer's note, as he planned to return to the Bloody Nights game and remake it on his own. Wow, what a nice story. Anyway, I believe this to be my final video on this game, until anything else is released anyway. I really hope you enjoyed, and I really recommend trying out the Bloody Nights games, as they really are something cool. Not to mention the cut content for the demo features so much cool content, really worth checking out. Anyway, this has been Grey Ready Rain. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and until next time, good friend.